We stayed overnight at the Radisson Blu at Manchester Airport for an early morning flight to Pisa. There we were met by our pre-arranged Mercedes taxi for the hour-and-a-half drive to Santa Margherita and our hotel, the Regina Elena. Our second floor room had a spacious balcony. This overlooks the hotel's private beach across the road. The private beach area is typical for Italy, with neat rows of lounges and parasols, all of which you have to pay extra for on a daily basis. The hotel roof also has a sun lounging area and a small private pool. The roof provides a fantastic view of Santa Margherita and the Gulf of Tigullio. It's an easy 10-minute walk from the hotel to the marina area and another easy 10 minutes to the town centre of Santa Margherita. The little castle dates from the 16th century. Christopher Columbus was probably born somewhere near here, hence the statue. The Basilica of St. Margaret of Antioch was built in the middle of the 17th century in the florid Italian Baroque style. St. Margaret of Antioch is the patron saint of Santa Margherita, Ligure. One day, Celebrity Cruises' newest ship, the Edge, visited Santa Margherita. Edge's tenders are the biggest and most luxurious we've ever seen. They are fitted with proper coach-type seating. We took a boat trip to Cinque Terre, the 5 almost isolated villages along the Ligurian coast. We make a couple of pickup stops along the way, including Sestri Levante. We pass several other towns and villages before we reach the Cinque Terre themselves. We're rounding the headland that marks the beginning of the Cinque Terre National Park, and this is the first of the 5 towns, Monterosso. Our ferry pulls up on the outside of the breakwater. It's a short walk uphill to the waterfront promenade. We had a very nice lunch at a restaurant overlooking the bay. That's our ferry at anchor, waiting for our return later. The Church of St. John the Baptist was built in the 13th century. Nearby is a small 16th century chapel in need of much repair. We had 4.5 hours in Monterosso because the sea conditions would prevent us from stopping anywhere else in the Cinque Terre. We did sail the full coast past all 5 villages, giving us the view from the sea, which is the best view anyway. This is Vernazza. Next is Cornelia. This is Manarola. And this is Riomaggiore, the last of the 5 towns, where we will turn round and head back to Santa Margherita. And as we arrive back, Celebrity Edge is slowly heading out to continue its cruise. On Sunday, we took the train to Camogli, north of Santa Margherita. As we left the station, a flotilla of old Fiat 500 cars arrived. Camogli railway station is at the higher level of the town. We eventually found a way down to sea level. The dull weather didn't help our impression of this place, but the poor service in the cafe where we stopped for coffee certainly didn't help. We had been told that there is a free public lift to take us back up to the railway station level, and eventually we did find it. On the way, we passed this giant frying pan, which celebrates Camogli's annual fish festival. Back in Santa Margherita, this is the view from the railway station. We got the bus back, but the driver failed to stop outside our hotel, so we stopped briefly at this beach a little bit further along. Every hour there's a ferry to San Fruttuoso via Portofino from Santa Margherita. The day we went, it was operated by the same vessel that had taken us to Cinque Terre. The ferry takes us past the marina and along the coast where our hotel is. The large white building is the Hotel Miramare, a very posh hotel. And there's the Regina Elena, our hotel. We're approaching the inlet for Portofino now. The large building up the hillside is the Hotel Splendido, an extremely posh hotel. Some of the buildings on Portofino's harbour side could do with a fresh lick of paint. Portofino attracts some of the world's most expensive looking yachts. We didn't get off in Portofino on this occasion, but stayed on to go all the way round to San Fruttuoso. We've never seen this stretch of coast before. The Abbey of San Fruttuoso was founded in the 10th century, but mostly it was built in the 13th century. It can only be reached either by boat or by hiking across the mountain. We stopped for long enough to have a coffee and then got the ferry back. Next day, it would be time for us to head back home.